Grace United Baptist Church. Are there any individuals present?
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning. Are there any other individuals present from Grace United Baptist Church? Yes. Yes. Thank you. And would you state your name and spell it for the court reporter?
Minister Kevin Cole, K-E-V-I-N-C-O-L-E.
Thank you, Minister Cole.
Celeste, C-E-L-E-S-T-E, Cole, C-O-L-E.
Christine, C-H-R-I-S-T-I-N-E, Davis, D-A-V-I-S.
Larry, L-A-R-Y, Power, P-O-W-E-L-L.
P-O-W-E-L-L?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And you've been here for much of what has already transpired with respect to the First Church Christ Holiness. Churches do not have standing as Protestants. And so the protest filed by the church will have to be dismissed. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one question.
And Mr. Powell, any questions?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'd like to say Wednesday, when they got this bar outside where you sit down and eat and all that, you got the folk be bringing animals, right? And then that our church is on the main line, you gotta walk past these animal dogs and bit me, right? You got a bar at 12th and Eva up the street. They got another bar, right? Used to be Lefties, but they changed the name to Optimistic. Right, then they built a bar across the street. Same kind of bar, but after dog who bit me, the only thing that people said, well, I'm sorry, I ain't know he was gonna bite you. I got bit by a dog. I know what they can do to me.
Well, let me say this. The purpose of the roll call hearing is just to determine who the protestants are, who has standing as protestants. If this matter is not resolved in some way during the entire protest process, and there is a protest hearing, anyone who's granted standing as a protestant will have the ability to ask you to be a witness for them if they so choose. But for the purpose of the roll call hearing, I'm just going to determine who the actual parties are.
I have a
Your
question.
name, please?
Celeste Cole.
Yes.
One of our members actually was one that started the protest for the bar, and we signed her petition. So that's why I thought that this was a part of the neighborhood petition, not so much a part of just the church.
Well, did you file the protest, did you by any chance sign the protest that was filed by Mr. Young Cullinan? Just tell me if you did, Mr. Cullinan.
Larry Powell.
Let's call it no.
Okay, okay.
Now, is that an option for us?
Well, not at this point. Ms. Cullinan's group also filed a protest. I'm gonna call her group forward in a moment, but I'm dealing with each protesting group one at a time.
Now, is she the only one that has one, or do you have other?
No, you filed one also.
Right.
So I'm just dealing with the protest filed right now, just the protest filed by Grace United Baptist Church. That's the one I'm dealing with right now. And so.
Okay, so that gives me a two-part question.
In just a second, Minister Cole.
Okay, that gives me a two-part question. You were very explicit when you talked to the pastor about our ability, we're gonna be dismissed today as Grace United Baptist Church. But we also live in the surrounding community, and you had mentioned something pertaining to a group of 5, right? Now, I want to be, could you expound on that a little more, a group of 5, so we can reassemble ourselves?
Yes, what I was explaining is that the church does not have standing as a protestant, so I dismiss the church and its members as protestants because the protest was filed by the church. What I was explaining is that if there are members in your group that signed the protest letter that live within close proximity to Brookland's finest, and you would like to petition the ABC board to see if they will grant you standing as a group of 5 or more. You can do that. That's what I was explaining. The church is dismissed, but you had, about 30 individuals from the church sign on to the protest.
Exactly.
If there are at least 5 members that signed the protest letter, who live within close proximity in the area of the church, who would like to make an attempt or ask the ABC board if they would grant them standing as individuals, they can do that. The board could decide to grant them standing as individuals, although the church will remain dismissed because the church doesn't have standing. If there are members that live close by who want to seek standing as protestants, you may ask the ABC board if you may do that. So that's what I was explaining. So any number, if any of the 20, it only needs to be 5. That can, but you just submit a letter to the ABC board and tell them that the church was dismissed as a protestant today, and that there were 20 members of the church that signed the protest letter, and you will be asking the ABC board if they could seat 5 members of your protest to be granted standing as a group of 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now is that 5 or 5 or more?
At least 5. It can be
At
5
least.
or more, but we only need 5.
Okay.
It could be 5 or more, but we need at least 5.
Okay.
So that's what I was explaining, Minister Cole, that the church is dismissed, because that's an option that you always have. So that's something that you can do.
Now, I might need to address this with the ABC board, but, I'm not clear, because now, if you got a church right there, in the proximity of this, location that they're gonna, facilitate a bar, like Brother Larry was saying, with the different elements that it brings. And in that community, you have 5 churches, 3 schools. And we come from that community, some come from out of the limits of that community. And we're what makes that community grow. And we have an address there, you know what I mean, we own the property. And I just don't see why we're not, a valid part of this. It's like we're being shut out of this as a group. Now, is that something we address with the ABC board? Who do we address that with?
Well, the regulations establish who the protestants can be, so we have to enforce those. And I don't know if you were present when I read.
Yes, it was.
So those are the only individuals in Houston can file a protest, that's it. So then that's just the law, we enforce it. And churches are not on that list, and so they don't have standing. A church would have standing as a protestant if it were an abutting property owner that shared a common wall with the establishment.
Can you be a little clear on that, a budding wall? You mean right
Abutting
next
means-
door?
Abutting means that there's a wall and you're on one side and they're on the
I
other.
see. Okay.
So in that case, a church could file a protest, it would be an abutting property.
You've been great in explanation. Everybody got you.
Yes, and I think it's terrible that we cannot, because
Well, maybe you can, maybe you can petition the ABC board to consider 5 members of your group as a group of 5.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna work out. God gonna
But
work
you
it out.
can, so that is something that you have a right to do.
Okay. All right, you've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just gotta be patient, you know.
That's
Patience
it.
is talent.
Minister Cole, are you gonna be the designated representative for the church?
I will believe my pastor, Pastor Gary A. Davis.
Is he here?
No, he's not here today, but I will direct him on, what happened today. So I don't know if it'd be myself or him.
Well, let me ask you to do this just for the record, if you don't mind. There's a sign-in sheet on that table, just so that we can have a contact person beyond today. And I
Okay.
understand that it may really well be asked, but just so that we have a contact person.
Okay.
That would be helpful.
Sure.
And so if you could give the Minister Cole your daytime telephone number and your email address if you have one.
I have one.
Now, I have one question, because my pastor, speaking, Celeste Cole, I'm sorry. My pastor was under the impression that we would be coming back on the 14th, I believe, of August.
what he was referring to was the protest hearing date.
Okay.
There is a protest hearing scheduled for August 14th. Our protest hearing is held if this matter is not resolved. Beyond today, we're gonna schedule a mediation which allows the parties an opportunity to resolve the issues. If that happens, there won't be a protest hearing because the matter will have been resolved. If the matter is not resolved in mediation, then there is a protest hearing.
So the mediation is gonna take place today?
No, I'm gonna schedule it,
You're gonna schedule it, okay.
a few minutes. But if mediation fails and the parties aren't able to resolve their concerns in mediation, then there's going to be a protest hearing on August 14th. With all the parties are present and the board gives testimony, and then the board makes a ruling.
So even though we've been dismissed as protesters, is it any way possible that we could sit in on the mediation just to see how this thing is going or whatever, or we just eliminate it altogether?
Well, mediation is strictly confidential, so only the parties who have been granted standing as protestants can be present for mediation. However, there's going to be a status hearing beyond mediation, and if the matter is not resolved in mediation, there's going to be a protest hearing. And those are both public hearings. So anybody can come to those.
So we'd have to, check the website, or we wouldn't get any notification or anything?
Well,
How, you know?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna state today when the status hearing is.
Okay.
So if you would like to come back to be a part of the audience for the status hearing, you'll be able to. But the status hearing, I can tell you, is gonna be on July 17th.
Okay.
It's gonna be on July 17th.
July 17th.
9:30.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
You're welcome.